on a side. Speaking of Hoarders, I've never watched the show before.
Hmm.
Like the Hoarders has been around for years, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch it? I never watched it.
No, I've never seen an episode.
They've got like the newest season or whatever on Netflix now. They have like I think 5 seasons of it on there. I don't know if that's the newest one, but that was the one that was like showed up right when I clicked. Okay, let's watch it, dude. I don't know if I can watch that show much longer. I watched a
It's just
couple.
disgusting.
It's so bad. The first one I watched, this man and husband, or man and wife, they their house is so filled to the top, to the ceilings with shit. There's all kinds of stuff. Everything you can think of. Some of it's food, rotten and shit, and nasty. There's a little tunnel ways to like kind of get in, but they're still stepping on like 2 feet of other shit. So they're still like walking around, and they're like, oh well, we gotta save this. We got this recently. We gotta save this, and like they're just moving shit around basically, and they're thinking that the government's against them, and everything they record
Oh,
every camera
jeez.
because their house inside and outside in the yard is just filled with stuff. And so they're like, violating all these ordinances. Their neighbors probably want that shit cleaned up. The
Hmm.
city doesn't want that looking bad. And this plot of land just has a front yard, backyard full of shit. And but they're just like, nope. They're just trying to, they're violating our rights. We can do whatever we want. Blah blah blah. They're like in their like 70s or whatever. They're old. They don't have actual beds to sleep in. They sleep on their like wherever they sit down. Basically, they sit on the garbage. And he's just
Ugh.
like he'll set up right. They showed him, and he's getting old, so his back's bothering him. But he doesn't sleep in a bed, so he's obviously got some problems. And they're just like, dude, you need a real bed, man.
Ugh.
Man, that was the first episode, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And they try to resolve everything in one episode, but it's like they rush through a lot of stuff, and sometimes they can't even resolve it. They're just like, well, it is what it is. You're screwed, kind of thing.
Mm.
Like we made some headway, but still, you got a long way to go.
Uh, no, I don't know if I ever told you. When I was a teenager, my stepmom down in Dallas area, she would clean out foreclosed, repossessed homes
Mm.
and stuff like that. Well, I'd go in and help her out every once in a while. We walked into one that we were told, be prepared. You're going to walk into this place. You want to make sure you have your boots on, your gloves on, and your face mask on. We're like, oh God. They're like, this place was still lived in for 6 months after the water, electricity, and the gas had been turned off. This person still lived in this place. We walk in there and you just see stacks of pizza boxes everywhere. And we're like, okay, well, they did a lot of eating pizza. Then you start opening up the pizza boxes to get them out of there. That's what they were using as their bathroom.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I mean, it's the type of place where they literally ripped everything out of that house and it still smelled. It's just like, ugh. But people live that way. I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm.
I don't know
So
how
from very
people.
early on, I was like, nah, I'm not going to let myself get that bad.
Dude,
It's
it
just
is like
horrible.
seriously. You look at these people here, like you thinking their brain is broken. Like there is a
Oh, yeah.
broken piece in their brain, and
Oh, yeah.
need help, serious help. Because
Hmm.
for them to think that this is okay
Yeah.
is weird. Like it's not right.
Yeah. I know that was one of the biggest critiques of that show is they're saying, yeah, congratulations, you went in there and you cleaned out their house. It'll just be that way again in a month.
Right. And like that was one of the first episode that I saw. The son, he was like, we're doing a lot of this work, but we're doing no good. We're just enabling them to like give them more space. So like we need to have a sit down with it was the woman was a stepmom, and then his dad. He's like, we need to sit down with both of them and like have them agree to going to counseling for this.
Hmm.
I am not going to lift another box until they both agree. And other than that, I'm leaving. And so like they got them on like together on saying I need you to talk to her. They had to have the dad talk to the mom because like she would not talk to anybody else. So she'd just get pissed at everybody else for taking her shit. So he's like, well, I have to be the one that has to talk to her about this because she's not going to listen to anybody else. And I thank you for finally having your eyes open that it's actually her that has been driving this ship. He's just kind of been going with the ride and thinking that everything should be fine, and this is just how things should be. Because the guy said that like before he married her, his dad was not like this. It happened when she became involved. So and like I said, they're old. I mean, they were like in their 70s or probably pushing 80, and so he finally they agree. They get the son out there. He's like, "Thank you. I'm gonna go put my gloves on and go back to work because we gotta get the stuff." Because like that's what you have to do. If they don't want to go to counseling to try to like fix this, then it's just gonna go back to normal. The other one I saw real quick, the lady. This is a messed up one, man. Her house had a lot of junk in it, but not as much junk inside as the first couple. But her husband died. She was always kind of a hoarder before her husband died, but it got worse after her husband died. She went into some kind of depression, and her daughter grew up in kind of that same, like having to deal with her mom being a hoarder, not sleeping on a very good bed or whatever, always getting made fun of for going to school smelling like garbage and stuff like that. And so when she got old enough, she moved out. She moved out when she was 18, and she had 2 kids. But then she was dealing with drug. The daughter was dealing with drug issues, so she went to jail for 2 years. There's only one person that the 2 could go to that going to like foster care, and it was the freaking grandma that's a freaking hoarder. And the woman's house was so awful. They said the second you walk in there, all you smelled was piss and shit of all kinds. You saw mouse turds. There was human turds. There was dog turds. She had these 2 dogs that she thought she was caring for, but they'd just be chained up in the house while she was like sleeping, and then they just kind of, well, I got no place to go. I got to poop. They poop and pee in the house, and they did that for years. So when they were actually like they were pitchforking shit out, and like they like get to where the carpet it looked like spaghetti, this nasty cheese, like looking thing, this brown stringy shit. And then finally got everything out. They said it was rotten with piss and shit down to the baseboards. They're like, this house is condemned. You cannot live in this anymore. Like they didn't get it like condemned by the city, but they boarded up the window saying like you can't go in here anymore because you're gonna die. The upstairs was starting to fall apart. Like the second level was starting to fall apart, and they didn't have like the money to get it fixed. They said after you were gonna renovate the whole house, you might as well just buy a new one, or bust everything down to the studs and rebuild because it's gonna take like a 200 grand to get it done. The end of the damn show, you know how they'll have a little typing up there of like what's new, what's going on with them lately. They're like, well, excuse me, so and so is doing better and throwing away stuff and not going back to but she has moved back into the house. She was all that one. I've been in there since '76, and you could tell she was a real nut job. But it's just like, bro,
how do those people not get the diseases you're supposed to get and living in that kind of?
I know. How do you not? What was so sad was the grandkids that had to stay there for 2 years. And
they actually let the kids go in there?
Yeah, they actually stayed there. This is like, I don't know how DCFS did not pull them out, but yeah, they said that they had to they had kept all their clothes in like a Tupperware thing to keep the rats out from like of their actual clothes that they could wear every day. She said that the one girl, the girl of the daughter, she said she got made fun of for smelling all the time. They couldn't have regular showers and some of that. It was just awful. And like the grandmother would be like, "No, when you were here, it wasn't this bad." And they're like, "Grandma, you're lying. You're lying right to us, right into our face. Yes, it was." And the son, he was younger, and he's just like, "I hated being here." He was like, he was screwed up over ever, like traumatized. I felt so bad for him because they having to deal with that crap.
Yeah, that'd be a bad lifestyle.
It's like shows like that. It's like, gosh. This is a side note, real quick, because there's another show I want to talk about. but I think that I've talked with Chris about this, and I think you'd be perfect for this too. We should start doing. We should find a show or like a movie or something that maybe neither of us have seen. That's a newer one, or maybe it's an old one that we haven't seen, and we'll watch it. We can just sit here, not record it, but we'll watch the movie together. We'll like sync them so we're watching the same thing, and then we'll record and talk about like break down that movie, like whether it was good or bad,
Okay.
cringeworthy shit. And,
I'd
like,
be down for that.
I think that'd be real kind of fun.
That would be fun.
Like, I know a lot of podcasts are starting to do that, and like it sucks because like some of the podcast people that are doing it are famous, and they're doing it to like their own shows or something. Because like Jenna Fisher and Angela, I think her name is Angela Bassett from The Office. You ever watch The Office?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So yeah, Pam and Angela, they're actually like best friends in real life.
Oh.
And they have a podcast called like The Office Gals or something like that. But that's what they do. They go from every episode of The Office, and they talk about like what was going on during that time.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it would be cool just because they're already part of it. I've been wanting to watch it. I just haven't, or listen to it. I just haven't listened to it.
Have you caught any of John Krasinski's SGN? Some Good News.
It's so good.
That is so really good. Funny.
Genius,
really funny.
That guy's I love that guy.
Yeah. But no, that's one thing that we've been kind of watching is just like a little more of like, we've always been kind of like YouTube watchers, but it's kind of fun to see, what people are doing, like the celebrities are doing, like which ones are having some fun with it. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched Alton Brown's Kitchen Quarantine.
Mm-mm.
It's him and his wife just doing stupid stuff. And
really?
Oh, it's hysterical.
I like my mom like love with Alton Brown.
Oh, it's hysterical because it's like Alton Brown unplugged, so it's like he actually gets to say the stuff that he's been wanting to say because he's like, I'm not on Food Network, what are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. So he swears and stuff, or?
Oh yeah, he'll swear and stuff like that, and like sometimes he'll like voice his opinion on something. He's like, "Bet you couldn't do that on Food Network," stuff like that. He's having fun with it. But I don't know if you listened. I don't know if you had a chance. I sent you that text message earlier. That's actually where I heard that Arctic Outpost Radio.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to?
I haven't had a chance yet.
Their tagline is 78s from the 77. So there's a radio station. It's 1740 AM or something like that, and it's a radio station on the 77th, whatever longitude, latitude. I can never get those straight. But it's on the 77, and is what it is it's the free domain music from like 1902 to like 1958, just on a continuous stream.
Okay.
And you'll have like all of a sudden you have like a flamenco guitarist, or you'll hear like a classic like John Coltrane, and it just jumps back and forth between all this really crazy music. I just put it on now as background music throughout the house, like throughout the entire day, and it's fun. It's something different. But
so that link that you sent me will take me right to it, or is it just an online stream, or what?
I don't know if I sent you the link or not. If you just do Google Arctic Outpost radio, you can listen to it on, which radio station? TuneIn Radio, or you can just listen straight from the actual website itself. And that's what I usually do. It seems to work better through their actual website. But it's cool. And there's like a nice little like group of following people. I just started listening to it earlier this week, and
that's really cool.
It's fun having the background.
Is it that? Are they doing those that year so it's like copyright free? Is that the whole thing? Or
yeah, it's all free domain music is what it is.
Okay.
Everything that's being played on there, and it's kind of cool because on Facebook they don't have an actual page, but there's a fan page, and on the fan page people are breaking down like, oh well, this is who they played today, and this is how this person influenced this, or this is their history in music. So it's like it's kind of like a cool history in music that's going on too throughout the whole thing.
But, okay, that's cool. I don't think I realized that's what you were talking about. Maybe this wasn't paying that close attention to it, but I was gonna go back and look at it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a fun streaming radio. It's really kind of cool, and you can listen to it on Echo and stuff like that too.
I have Echo.
You know?
Fuck Echo. Drop the one F-bomb for the night. Fuck Echo, motherfucker. Oh my gosh. So yeah, let's definitely do that. I think that'd be really cool. Let's think of like a show or something that we can a show that would be great. I mean, it can be one that we've already watched. Even I don't know.
Yeah.
How deep did you get into the community? Or get into community?
I got all the way through. I could not get through the very last season. I could not do it.
Really?
It was too. The stuff that they were doing, I was like, okay, they are just grasping at straws, trying to make something work now.
Yeah, was that?
Glover was already gone.
Yep.
And of course, Chase was already gone at that point in time.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember who else. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
Man,
but
I wish they hadn't done that. But I don't know. Did you watch the live stream they did?
No, I haven't had a chance to sit and watch that yet. I want to because they're funny. I mean, they're a funny group of people.
Yeah. What's funny is that I went back and watched that episode after I watched the live stream.
Uh-huh.
And the show worked perfectly. That episode in general worked perfectly for what they did because almost the entire show was just them sitting around a table. So it's like,
okay.
That, like it was just a table reading of a show for the most part. But what was so great it was because Donald was there, and then that I watched like right after that. It took me to on YouTube. It's awesome. You know, I go back and watch it. They have the Dean on there, but like he plays somebody else, even though there's no Dean in that episode. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of sad because he's a great character. It's just
yeah,
flamboyant out there. It's so great. But and I don't know why, but like he always reminded me of. If he ever hears this, so he'll be like, "Screw you," but he always reminded me of like a thin Chris. I don't know why. His face. Not the way he acted, but just his face. He looked like he'd be related to Chris somehow. It was really weird. I don't know what it was. I always thought that. I don't know why. But so what I was gonna say is, because they got Donald, so that's awesome. Because like at the end of it, they're like, "Thank you, Donald, for doing this for us." Because he's like, yeah. And they're like, yeah. It's not like he doesn't have a whole lot of time on his hands. He's just like, he's like no time on his hands. When after that I got into like a YouTube rabbit hole of them. I think shortly after the show came out, they did like a like at the end of The Office when they had like they did like a little Q&A with all the cast. They did that kind of thing with Community, and they had like everybody was there but Donald and Chevy. Chevy wasn't there either. Chevy wasn't at the read-in either. That was about that episode was when Pierce died.
Oh, okay.
It was the one where he was like up, like he was bequeathing everything to everybody. You remember that episode?
Yeah, now I remember that.
When like they had his little his little bubble of like these little bubbles sitting next to him and shit. So, but this little Q&A thing, they had like the Q&A towards the end of the show or towards the end of the whatever it was from the audience, and they're just like, so 6 seasons in a movie, it's like that's the big joke, it's the whole thing with Cougar Town. It's like, are we gonna get a movie? And like, who's the creator?
I don't remember the names of the creators on that one.
It's the dude that does like Rick and Morty now.
Yeah.
Chuck.
I don't know. As I know is that it was the
Chuck. I don't want to get an exact name out before I'm just dropping his name. But it's just funny what he said after that.
I just know the Russo brothers were the ones that directed a lot of the episodes.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Hold on here. And I think they only did the 6th season to try to follow that thing. Like maybe there could be a movie, Oh, Dan Harmon. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Because he's the guy that he did. He went on to do like Rick and Morty. I think he even does like Rick's voice or something.
Probably.
So they're like, so how about this, movie, and everybody's like, all the other actors are like, yeah, let's do it, and then he's like, it's not like I'm gonna like, what do I write about, what would a movie even consist of, first of all, and he's like, they're like, have you seen the show? It can be about anything, it can be about anything you want. And then he's like, it's not like we have like 20 million to throw down for Donald or anything. And everybody's like, oh shit. All right. He'd have to do it like out of his own like love of the show. I'll cut you guys in half.
Did you ever watch Atlanta, his show?
Oh my god, I just caught up on that the last season.
I've only watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes.
Oh my fucking god.
And I got sidetracked watching something else. I'm like, I need to get back on that one.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius. Like next thing you watch some of those. Watch a couple of those. They're
Okay.
short. They're like little half an hour shows.
Yeah, I got sidetracked. Other stuff started popping up, and I was like, I gotta go back to
Get back on that one, dude. Because I just recently, because I put it off for a long time too. It is definitely one of those shows where you're like, I'll put it on the back burner. I'll get to it.
Mhm.
But then I'd come back and watch it. And I'm like, dude, why have I not been watching this? And the third season. I think they're on third season.
I think so.
No, it might be second season. I'm not sure. Either way, this is the most recent season that's been out. I think they're still gonna make more. They have a weird schedule. I think because I know like the first and second season came out in really weird times. Like they were didn't seem like, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It didn't seem like it was in like a right time frame.
Yeah.
Like you get 6 months off and you're back at it. It seemed like it was a weird time. It took longer than normal. But either way, the most recent season, man, oh my gosh. I'd love to talk to you. Maybe we should do that, man. Maybe do one of those episodes.
Okay. I'd be down for that.
Gosh. I'd love to maybe start it over and kind of go from there. But like there's some episodes in this most recent season, dude. Oh my god, I'd love to talk to you about them. Oh man, it's so funny. That guy is just smart. I mean, it's just it's just crazy, like how talented he is.
Yeah.
Have you listened? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, it's kind of you see every once in a while you see kind of like those Renaissance guys in our era, and he's one of those guys. I mean, he can do it all, and he proves that he can do it all, and he's good at all of it, and he's not an asshole like a lot of these other guys are.
Mm-mm. Did you ever see him on SNL? He's like, what was it? His opening song was like, "I'm good at everything," or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how the song went, but it was basically like that. Oh, that was
I mean, he has been in everything. He was freaking Lando Calrissian. Come on now. One of the most iconic characters in movie history, and he gets to play the younger version of him.
And that was okay. I mean, he did a pretty decent job.
Yeah, it's not his fault the movie sucked.
It was better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I took a long time to watch it.
Oh,
the ending
too.
was the best part. The ending was the best part.
Yeah.
That I did not know. I did not know that was going to happen. I don't even know where that really falls in canon with the rest of the storyline.
Well, you got to figure from episode 3 to episode 4 is you see Luke and Leia get born, and then they always say they're like in probably their early 20s when you first meet them in A New Hope. So you got to kind of figure Han's about that much older than them. So when the end of Han Solo's taking place was probably right about the time that Phantom Menace was about to start. So technically Solo kind of takes place a little bit before Phantom Menace from what I understand. But at the same time, I didn't think he was that much older. So like the timeline doesn't make sense to me entirely either.
I'd heard it was taking place before. And this could be totally off. I don't know. I was trying to place it too, but I thought it was going to be right around that time too. But I saw like online somebody was talking about that Darth Maul that's in Solo is cut in half Darth Maul. So
so he's Rebels. He's Rebels era.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. That's what people had said. I didn't notice that when I watched it. Like I couldn't tell, but like apparently people knew from his medallion that he had or whatever. Of like whatever rebel like or whatever, I don't know, group that he was part of at that time. Honestly, I don't know, but I mean, I loved seeing that at the end because I was just like Darth Maul I was always a big fan of Darth Maul.
Well, according to the official timeline of Star Wars, Solo takes place right after Revenge of the Sith and before Rogue One.
Oh wow! Okay.
So
interesting. Rogue One killed it.
I thought it was good.
What'd you think of the latest one?
It tied up loose ends, but it went way too hard trying to tie up the loose ends.
It missed a lot of loose ends too, though.
Yes, it did. There is a lot of plot holes, but that's also because, I'm sorry, Maybe they should have gone with Ryan Johnson for the second movie. Visually, he did an amazing job, but storyline, he kind of went, yeah, we're gonna have fun with this.
JJ probably should have just done all of them.
Yeah,
He probably the second one of the newest ones sucked.
Yeah.
Visually, it was awesome. The fight.
Oh, it's a gorgeous movie.
Yeah, the fight in the sand. There's blood under where they walk.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was totally awesome.
Yeah.
But the whole like Finn and what's her name Rose jumping around to that crazy rich. What the fuck was that point? They did that for no reason because they got the shit later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
that was completely pointless. Yeah.
It was like really like what do you?
That was his political out speech of high society is what
was
that was
really?
supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah.
Leave your politics out of the fucking movie, man.
Yeah, because I mean, come on, it's Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to put your politics out there, do a movie that you create on your own. No,
right.
That's just something that like this is the timeline we need to follow. Don't do this jumping around shit into like your agenda,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't like Ryan Johnson. Did you ever see Knives Out?
What?
Did you ever see Knives Out? That's his most recent
movie.
movie.
I want to see it. I heard it was good.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, no, I what else has he done? Because there's another stuff that he's done. I've liked.
I can't remember I've seen him before. What others? I know he's done a lot of other stuff, and I've seen a couple of the stuff. I just can't think of any of it right now.
I wish they maybe see. The last one, I like the Rise of the Skywalker. Or whatever. I liked it more than I thought it would.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He did Looper and he did Brick. That's the other two movies of his that I liked.
Looper. That's with
JGL, and he plays a younger Bruce Willis, and it's a time travel movie.
Yep, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was a really kind of fucked with your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
That was good. But like, okay, back to Star Wars. Trying to think. I watched it just the other day. It was awesome because it was like it was automatically all of a sudden free. Like it only been out on like DVD for a little while, and then it was free on Disney Plus. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah. I haven't watched it since I saw it in theaters, so I should probably watch.
I never got a chance to watch it. I was going to, and that was the only one out of all 9 that I hadn't seen in theaters. I was so mad. I was like, oh, the one that I didn't get to see.
Yeah. I saw all of them. I never saw Rogue One or Solo in theaters. Though.
No, I didn't either. Oh, no, I saw Rogue One in theaters. That was good. Except I had real shitty seats. I was like I was in the flat level of the theater where you're kind of like looking up, more.
Oh, jeez.
Just because it was like super sold out, and we just took what we could get, and like you're like trying to like piece together this like huge screen. I think I saw it in 3D too, so that made it even worse because your brain's like doing double time on trying to process this with everything. But no, I mean, I don't know. Palpatine, should they have brought him back? Like, I feel like there was a weird thing where like they brought in the Last Jedi the Snokes and everything, and I wish that would have panned out more. And so he's supposed to be this super powerful dude. He gets killed in like 2 seconds. Yeah. Like, okay, well, you're not that great then. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, they try to tie that little thing off with, Palpatine being part of that, creating him and stuff like that. It was just weird, man.
Yeah. I agree. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. It's a Star Wars movie, but they could have done a lot more.
I'm trying to think. Out of the last 3, I might have liked that one the most. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch Force Awakens. I mean, Force Awakens is cool, right? When when it first came out, because we haven't seen a Star Wars movie like this so long, So you're just like, oh, cool, But then when you look back at it, you're like, was it really that great? Or
I need to go back and visit him again.
Yeah.
But
man, well, we talked about a lot of crap.
Oh yeah. What else is new? We always do.
Trying to think of there's something else I want to go back to on the show. I can't remember now. Let's see. I think I might have my notes. Oh yeah, real quick. I know it's getting kind of late.
Yeah.
It's a freaking weekend. What else is going on?
Exactly.
I got a new phone.
Nice.
I was due for an upgrade. The iPhone 11.
I think I'm still, what am I, 8S Plus or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I had an 8 plus. I have to send it back. They're like, it was weird, man. I called and asked them like if I was due for an upgrade because like it's pretty much. I had a thing where like you could pay off half. It was through T-Mobile. You
Mhm.
pay out once you get to the half point, then you turn in your phone for a new one. Well, like I was way past that point. They never tell you. They just
Of course not.
they want you to continue to pay.
Hmm.
And so, but I knew that I'm like, dang, it's been a long time since I've had this phone. Well, I asked her how much I had left on it, and she said you have like 3 payments left, and then it's yours. So I'm like, okay, that's like 3 payments of like $30. So it's $90. So I'd have to pay $90 and then get a new phone that day if I was
Hmm.
going to. I think I was even I had to update my bill. I think my bill was a couple of days late, so I'd have to pay for that bill, pay the $90, and then pay the deposit on the new phone too. So it would have been like a bunch of money, right?
Okay.
Adding it all together would have been like $300 or something. So I'm like, that seems so ridiculous. So I'm asking her about different things, and I'm like, okay, what can I do to get out of here as little money as possible? But what if I was to just turn in the phone now? Like, what would you guys give me for the phone? Because like, if you go on the app, you can go and see how much your phone is worth for a trade in. And they said, oh, you have a $20 credit because of your phone. I'm like, this phone is worth more than $20.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And so I was just like, no, that's not gonna work. So when I was talking to her about it, she's like, well, they just kind of they that's a guess. It always goes up or goes down once they get the phone. And she said, okay, well, let me see how much like your phone would be worth them just if you sent it back, how much you would get in credit to go towards whatever your
Hmm.
bill. So she comes back and she says, oh, they'll give you $144 back in credit. So I said, okay, hold on here. I could give you the phone back today or mail it back to you, and you'll give me $144 on credit, or I could pay $90 to keep a phone that I'm never going to use again. Because she's
Yeah.
like, well, you can just use the 90, you can just use it for if you need a backup or something. I'm like, I've got a
No.
6S buried somewhere. I could use that if I need to. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to do that. I actually want to fix that though, and I want to use it for like recording purposes. Like I'd like to just wipe that completely and just use it as a
Right.
camera. I had to replace the screen on it, but other than that, that's here or there. So I'm just like, does it make? I'm like, I'm just talking this out. Does it make sense to you? Like I'm gonna be ahead here, and then so she's like, yeah, I guess that would just make more sense. And then also, I'm on. This was because I was upgrading the line. I guess is what she said. I would be paying less per month for the phone. I was paying 30, now I'm paying 23. And then when I do actually come to the halfway point, I can trade in for the next phone that's available, like the next best thing. And it's even like it seems like a no brainer to me. She's like, yeah, I guess you're right. And so like I haven't sent the phone in yet because like they sent me the phone. There's another awesome thing about it. I called on Monday. It was a Monday morning at like 11. That was like at noon, and she's like, well, it's going to go. It's going to be like probably like 2 or 3 days before it gets to you. So I'll go ahead and she's like, I'm actually going to do. What did she say? She said I'm going to actually give you one 2 day ground or whatever for free. I'm just not going to charge you for it, and you should have it by like Thursday, at the very least. Please. The next day, I had it at 11. I was like, holy crap. So I'm like, all right, that's awesome. But now I gotta get this phone back to them, the old phone, and I'm like, they didn't put a return like sticker in there. So I'm like, how am I gonna get, I don't know where to send this to. First of all, and I'm not paying to ship my phone. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you want the phone back, you're gonna be paying for it. Everybody else does it that way.
Yeah.
So now I have to, and it's been like over a week now. So I'm like, now I have to try to figure out how to get. I try to get in contact with somebody through T-Mobile, out through the app. They're like, you need to call. I'm like, I really want to freaking call because it's just gonna take. You got to sit on there and you give them your password and verify your name. Give me your address, and then it's like, dude, I can just text you if you just let me text the person, the little online help person, and say, hey, send me a bill or it's not a bill, send me a sticker or send me an email, and I'll get your phone back to you. I got a text message saying, oh, just in case you haven't sent your phone back, you need to send it back. I'm like, I know I need to send it back, but I can't respond to it. Yeah, I can't respond to you because you said don't respond back to this text message. It's like, oh my gosh. So it's kind of funny, but it's just like I'm gonna have 140 because like I think my next bill because it's actually gonna be and it'll probably go down actually. Yeah, I don't know. My next bill has both phones on it to pay for. So because they don't have the old phone yet, so I'm wondering if I'm gonna have to call them and be like, look, you gotta take one of those payments off.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, that whole credit will just go towards my next bill, which is cool because my next bill will just be paid for. And then all I had to pay for the day that I got that phone was just the down payment. Down payment was like 140 or something. So
Nice.
it was either pay 350 or 140 on top of getting another 140 back. It's like, dude.
I hate how you have to call these companies anymore and like,
yeah, finagle,
Yeah, because every couple of years, Melissa's like, should we switch carriers? I'm like, just call the company, say, hey, what do you have for us now? And it seems like, 30 minutes later, we got a better package and 2 new phones out of the deal somehow.
Yeah.
It's
well, what I already got hooked up from like for a long time, even like before we finalized everything with the divorce. I was still on a plan with her and the kids and everything, and I was just paying a portion of what I thought. I was overpaying so much. I was crazy overpaying what I should because my bill is under $100 now. It's like 60.
Oh wow!
It's like $70. If it's actually a little bit more because of the phone, but like the standard. But if I just had a phone with it already, then it seriously would be like $70. I was paying $180.
Whoa!
And so after she's like, we need to get this separated because we need to finally. I need to upgrade my phone. I'm like, yeah, I've been ready for this, but I'm afraid that I'm going to get screwed because my credit's not going to be great enough, so they're going to try to charge me more. They did try to charge me a little bit more. It wasn't that much when we separated it, but then she said, "Oh, your bill is going to be like this and this and this." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I've been way overpaying for this phone." So that's awesome because it like freed up like so much money.
Well, we have 3 phones on our plan, and we don't pay anywhere near 180.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
our bill was like $300 a month because it had 4 phones on it. 4 phones.
wow. Wow.
But then we were paying for all the phones too. So
yeah.
the 25, 25, 25, 25, all the way down. So that it just adds up. And then if you're late, then they add the tack on this. And you set up like a payment arrangement to try to make it a little bit better, but whatever. And so so now I'm so glad I'm like out of that. I'm like, dude, I saved so much more money now because of that shit. Now I can indulge in buying Yodas.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, like I said, for a while there, I was having a slight eBay problem with finding some Batman stuff because I'm a huge fan of the animated series. And I was going back and buying like some of the original die-cast toy cars and the vehicles and stuff like that. Then, of course, I can start diving deeper and deeper, and I'm like, nope, I gotta stop here. Like this is my comfort zone right here. I'm gonna stop because.
What was the best thing you got?
Right now the best thing I've gotten was the original 1992 6-part Ertl diecast animated collection, and it's all mint in box. I have the entire vehicle collection, which is going fairly cheap right now on eBay, but it's just a cool set to have sitting up there.
It'll probably go down the road.
I'm sure. But I mean, I've bought other stuff here and there, just like a figure here or something like that didn't go crazy expensive. So, but it's Grayson's collection is what I'm collecting.
Well, as far as Madison's concerned, this is hers, but it's gonna stay at the house. It's gonna stay at Dad's house. His eyes are like mesmerizing, man. So, oh, his arms are twisting around.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Man. Great.
But
There's been a couple of things like that I've gotten from Madison. That I'm like, yeah, it's for you, but it's gonna stay here.
yeah,
So I can kind of make sure it doesn't like get lost anywhere.
I understand that. We have those rules here too. Or not rules, but those things kind of pop up,
Yeah,
like the whole. I want to take my drum set to my dad's house. I don't know about that one, buddy.
yeah,
That
right,
for one, that's a lot of stuff to haul, and for two, that gets kind of pricey if something were to break.
right.
So, but
Oh man, what was it? I've been getting nostalgic on like stuff that I had back, like hats or something that I had back in the day.
yep.
And I found this hat that I had for like back in the day. I can't reach it, see if I can get it. It was an awesome hat that I had. It was a North Carolina hat. So it was this hat that I had, and I actually found it at my mom's, like when I was moving out, like when I was first moving in with Gretchen, and it was so funny. You got like a grin on your face. It's
Oh,
like,
just because I'm waiting to see what kind of hat it is, because I'm going to see if it's the same kind of Tar Heels hat I had growing up too.
I don't know, man, because I haven't seen this one. I've only been the only person I've known that had this hat. But it was a very specific hat. I got it. I remember buying it. I want to say, crap. Where did I buy it? I can't remember where I bought it. It was like it might have been Champs, but I'm not sure. Either way,
Jeez.
it was cool because I'd never seen a hat like it before. And I looked around. I lost it in like the mix of moving at some point. It might be in my mom's. We put a lot of stuff in her garage for storage, so it might be in one of those boxes. Smash. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the hat was made like a traditional, almost like a cowboy hat. It was made out of a piece of wool that was formed around a head, so there's no seams.
Oh, that's cool.
And but they put in stitching like where the hat stitching normally goes to put the panels together, but that's just for looks. And then the brim is suede, and the top is like metal. So I don't know if
Oh
you can
my
see.
gosh.
So the top is like metal. This is like suede. The little like button up here is suede. And I don't know if you can see. So like they got the lines.
But they're not functioning.
No, there. It's one like fit. It's like a fit solid fit thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Super cool. $50 back in the day. I paid
Oh, wow.
$50 for this brand new, and I was like, man, and it's fitted, so that's even cooler. My head for my adult life has been 7.5.
Hmm.
This fucker don't fit. I squeeze it on, man. Oh, I feel like I'm popping a pimple or something. Dude, I'm so mad because when I got it, I'm like, sweet, I'm gonna go throw it on. I'm like, my head got fat. Is that a thing? The heads get
Yes.
fatter?
Yes.
So if I lose weight, should it fit? I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm really hoping because I'd love to wear this hat on a regular basis because
That is a cool hat.
it's still in perfect shape. I got it for $20.
Have you done any research on how much that might be valued at now?
No, it's the only one I could find. I found two. They actually made. I think the guy even had a bigger size, but it wasn't in good a shape. It didn't come with the original box because this one came in an actual box, so it
Hmm.
didn't get smashed. Because this is where real susceptible to being smashed and like crinkled and stuff. They came out with another color at the time. I didn't know it was the actual blue, the Tar Heel blue,
Hmm.
and some guy was selling it, but it would look like it was worn, like it was from like worn hard, like it looked like it was
Hmm.
like worn hard from like seemed like one of the 1800s baseball hats, kind of thing, Negro League hats or something. It was perfectly formed. It wasn't like this nice little curve, curve on it or anything. And it still looked cool, but I'm like, dang, I didn't know they had it in blue. Well, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know how much the hat is worth. It's in perfect shape. The
Hmm.
leather's in great shape. There's nothing wrong with the little metal medallion, and I've never seen anybody else have a hat like that.
That is cool.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty sweet. So I saw that, and it took me a long time to find it because I couldn't remember what the name brand was because it's like a real fancy name.
Hmm.
It's Capello. I don't know. Cappello.
Must be Italian.
Capello. I don't know. It's done very well. It's made very well. So I'm excited. That was one thing. I can't wear it yet. I just need to drop some weight. Squeeze my fat
Trust
head.
me, I'm in the same boat there too. My job went from 50 hours on my feet working in restaurants to 40 hours sitting behind a desk. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this whole shutdown hasn't helped. I have not had the most motivation to get up and do stuff when I should. Because I'm like, oh, I'm starting to feel the effects of it. I'm like, actually, I probably just stay a little bit more active. But I've got the summer to looking forward to it. Homer just told me today in 6 weeks we're gonna have a pool.
Nice.
He's doing pretty good on his puzzles, so he's he's got money to burn. And he asked his son. He's got like a 7-year-old son that comes and stays with him every once in a while. He said, Holden, what do you want to do? You want to go to Disney or go replace the pool? Because he worked for a pool company, so he kind of knows all the ins and outs of it. And he has a pool here, but it's just run down.
Yeah.
And so he asked his son, and he said, pool. So I'm like, oh, cool. You go to Disney next year. Get that pool in bed. And then I'll be maybe more motivated to go out there and just do some laps or something just to stay active.
Yeah, when I lived in Texas, I had my own pool in the house. That was always nice. I mean, down there, if you don't have a pool, you're not going to survive the summer. So.
Yeah. Nashville, there's some days that are like that, man. You definitely need it. So I'm hoping that he gets it sooner than later because that'd be rad.
That'd be cool. Pools are nice.
Yeah, definitely.
You got any other unboxings, or was those the 2 unboxings?
Those are the 2 unboxings I think you would really care about.
Gotcha.
I did get another hat today just because it was cheap, and I normally, I've been always kind of notorious for wearing the military style, cadet caps or whatever, and I wanted to try to move away from that a little bit, and so I saw this on eBay, only $12. I was like, sweet. Like the little, newsboy type.
That's what I like to wear.
Yeah. You and Ken you guys were real popular with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I always want to do, but I'm just like, I don't want to just jump on that bandwagon of everybody doing that same thing. And one of my good friends at my old job, he always wore a hat like this too, so I couldn't do it. So I'm like, I even told him, he's like, get a hat like mine, man, because I was telling him about trying on different hats. He's like, get a hat like this, and he's like, these are real popular. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to copy these. He's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, if you do like that hat, check out Boston Scully Company. They have some really nice ones.
Really, Boston Scully.
Yeah.
Write that down.
That one's a good one.
I'll forget that shit if I don't write it down.
I'm the same way. My notes on my phone is just filled to the brim.
Did you ever go through and you're like, what is this? What Boston?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was even worse when I had a phone where I could do a voice recording really quick, and it'd just be 4 words. I'd be like, what? How drunk was I when I just said that?
Yeah. That's funny. I'm with Boston Scully Hat Company. That way I won't just read Boston Scully.
Boston Scully, hey? Is that a band? Movie?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I haven't, as far as new music, I haven't really come across any artists really.
Me too. I mean, honestly, we talked about it a couple months ago. I think the most recent that I've really even had any kind of respect for was Billie Eilish. Honestly, I mean, I can't think of. I've been jumping back to trying to find older stuff. Honestly, I've been back when I was in high school, I was a little bit into R&B, so I like the '90s R&B, Boyz II Men type music. So I've been trying to find little playlists of that, kind of. I gotten super nostalgic in my later ages of my life, so I don't know. Just relive your childhood, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's one thing I've been buying on eBay is the I don't know if you ever had them growing up. It's you have the little 45, and then you have the storybook that goes along with it. It's the read-alongs.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. I've been buying Star Wars and Batman and Superman and all that kind of stuff, and I'm hoping to build up a decent amount of them, and then I'm going to find a smaller record player, and that's going to be one of Grayson's birthday or Christmas presents in a couple of years.
One of the little briefcase record players, or
even that, or I don't know if you remember, Little Tykes they came in like brown and white or orange and white, and it came with speakers and the little turntable is specifically made for their brand of the Read-Along 45s.
Really?
Yeah, I had one of those. I think it was Little Tikes. Or it was Fisher Price, one of the toy companies. I'm trying to find a good one of those to give to him with that. Just kind of like, yeah, I know. I had this as a kid. I'm giving you something I had as a kid, but this is a lot of fun for me.
Yeah.
Because I had the Goonies, and I cannot get my hands on the Goonies
Oh,
book.
wow.
But I see it, but I don't feel like dropping that much money on it yet.
Really? 3 digits or more?
Huh?
3
Oh,
digits?
no, it's not that much. Like, I'm
Oh.
talking like $25, $30 for it. I'm just kind of like, because most of them you can still find in decent condition for like $10, like
Oh, really?
Star Wars ones and stuff like that.
I
That was
had-
a little bit more up there.
I remember having like some He-Man ones.
Yeah,
Those were,
pop up.
my earliest like remembrance of having a turntable was you remember the cartoon? I think their name was the Shirt Tails or whatever,
Uh-huh.
where like they're different animals that wore different color shirts.
Yeah, and they had the skates.
Did they
Or I
have-
know the moose. I had the toy moose. I had the stuffed animal moose that was like this big.
See, maybe I'm
yeah.
thinking something different.
I remember Shirt Tails.
Okay, well, I think I had one of those little briefcase turntables of the Shirt Tails.
Nice.
That it was blue, like a light blue on the top, and it was dark blue on the bottom. But it was just made out of like chintzy, like
Oh, yeah.
hard cardboard stuff that just didn't last. And I remember it was like right around their they had that Big Mac song. McDonald's had that Big Mac song that they sent out in like newspapers, the vinyl like card, and then you listen to the end to see if you won, if you won the prize. I remember playing that on that little tiny thing when I was a kid, and that's one of the earliest remembrances I have.
Do you happen to still have that record, that
No.
McDonald's record? Oh
No,
my God!
I know it's
It's a sought after item. It's crazy how sought after that
gone.
is.
I'm sure it's gone now for sure.
Oh, there's so many of those things that I'm sure you and I could go back and forth forever. I'm like, oh, I had this toy. Now it's going for like $1,000.
Dude, oh my gosh. I wish I held on to my G.I. Joes.
I was just about to say the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
Oh God, I didn't have it. My roommate did. I was talking to him because he was starting to sell some G.I. Joes too. He was starting to buy some for himself when he got into the Lego thing, and he's like, "Dude, me and my brother, we had the aircraft carrier." I was like, "Are you serious, man? Those things go for a ton of money now."
Yeah, yeah.
I had the Blackbird. That was the coolest thing I had.
I didn't have any of those. I had a lot of like the single person like tanks and the ATVs and
I had a lot of
all
tanks.
that kind of stuff.
I had some like winter tanks. I had a couple of those. I had a couple planes, but like that Blackbird jet thing
that was cool.
I
remember that.
That was the one thing I do remember having. I think I don't know how I got that. But I think my parents had never had a whole lot of money. It was probably one of the few things I got that year.
I can understand that. That's how I was too. Nah, it's just funny to go on eBay and start looking up like your old toys and be like, "Oh my God, really?"
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I had a lot of those. I had a fair amount of Transformers, but I didn't have the early stuff. I didn't have like the early like Optimus Prime or the dude that like the dude that turned into an actual gun. I didn't have that guy.
Oh, Megatron.
Megatron. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name. And my buddy did. I had a buddy. His mom basically, because she worked all the time. She worked like third shift. She bought his love with toys, and so like he had everything. Every Star Wars toy. He had every He-Man toy. He had every what else did he have? Mask. You remember Mask?
Mm-hmm.
He had all those. He got all the Thundercats. He had everything.
Oh, Thundercats.
He had like. How come they haven't made that a movie, a live action movie?
I know they've tried to, and it's one of those things where for some reason it's one of those properties that nobody can ever touch.
They just can't get off the ground. Amazing.
You think?
Who do you think would play Lionel?
Lionel? Well, you got to remember, you got to have young Lionel and you got to have old Lionel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
You don't have to worry about young as much as you have to worry.
no. I mean, everybody always said that Vin Diesel should be Panthro,
Yep. Yep.
which that fits.
I always heard that like I want to say somebody said like Halle Berry would be like Chitara.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper would be Tigra.
Oh yeah, totally. Or yeah, probably go with that. Man,
I don't know. Lionel's one of those, our kind of characters. Like, I don't know.
are they gonna ever try to come up with some? I really hope they do at some point. They're redoing everything. How come that's not in there?
I don't know. You barely even see any Thundercat merch anymore either. Like, there's like a little time there, like you'd always see this T-shirt like Walmart or wherever, and a couple of the toys like got remade a few years back. And you'd see them every once in a while, but you just don't see that stuff anywhere.
There's a dude on YouTube. It's called Odin. His name is Odin. Have you ever seen him? He makes props out of foam.
Oh no!
His thing is Odin makes. If you look up Odin makes, and he makes some badass things. He made the sword
Nice
out of foam.
Nice.
But like he make it to where he makes it so they're all like like Comic-Con safe, so you can take them to Comic-Con and stuff. But he does a lot of cool stuff. Dude. You gotta look that shit up. Write that down. Odin makes. You'll go
Odin makes.
Yeah, he's an older guy, but he's pretty good at what he does. Some of them you're like, ugh, and some of them are like, okay, that's badass. He's done like Thanos' double-ended sword, that huge long-ass sword that he's got. He's done like a ton of shit on there, and a lot of them turn out really cool.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what they're gonna do with the whole MCU now.
Supposed to get good. I heard it was supposed to do a lot in sword. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I'm just, I just really can't wait to see which characters they start really introducing now because they've got almost all their properties back now.
Really? That's good.
Yeah, or conjunction with. Because, now they've got all the X-Men, they've got all the Fantastic Four characters back now and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting.
Wow. Man. I can't wait for the next Guardians. That's going to be another couple years, though, probably.
Yeah. When you heard who's doing the next Star Wars movie, right?
Jon Favreau, isn't it?
No. Taiki's going to be doing the next one.
Really?
Yeah, he got tapped. They said you're going to do the next trilogy, actually.
What? Oh, no.
Yeah. That just came out a week ago or so that they came out and said that. But Favreau, from my understanding, Favreau is going to kind of be like an overseer of all of the Disney Plus Star Wars content. Wow. So like he's going to be like, the guy that gets to all the side stuff, gets to have fun with that and keep that continuity going.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Imagine being that dude, like if you just go back to like his like early days, like in Swingers.
Yeah.
He wrote Swingers, and like that was like whatever. It kind of flopped at the time, but now who he is now, it's like, dude, that's an awesome, like, quite a trail. I mean, it took a long time, but for him to get now where he is, really cool. There's actually a Netflix special. There's like I never saw the movie, but I'm gonna go back and watch it eventually if I can find it anywhere. Chef, remember?
Yeah.
Chef.
Yeah.
They do. He's doing like a reality show now. Where he goes to different food places and creates
that
food and stuff.
That chef is one of the chefs that Melissa actually has followed for years and read his stuff. And so when that show came on, she was like, did you know that Favreau's doing a show with this guy? I'm like, we're watching it.
Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, dude, I'll put that on my list.
It's cool. Sure. It's really cool. But cool. That's a good show. But yeah, no, I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen creatively. There's so much stuff that can happen right now, and I just want something to happen.
I know. It's like, what? I wonder what is the next thing that they're doing.
I don't know.
That's going to get released.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sorry, there's not like some kind of leak somewhere. Oh. Well, dude, you know what? This is really fun, man.
Yeah.
Would you be down for doing more?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
of course. This is fun. It's,
Totally laid back, man.
oh yeah, and it's fun. Of course, I get to chit chat with my buddy again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I know I'm not like, I know that it's hard for Chris lately, so
Oh no.
I want to try to keep the content going. And even when Chris comes back, even when he can do it, 'cause I think I asked him today. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, I was like, "Well, I talked to Nick. He's gonna do if you have if you're feeling up to it, join us,
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Well, the wife was bugging me about dinner, so maybe we can do something tomorrow, like it's quick. So we'll probably do another one with me and him tomorrow. But
Cool.
it'd be cool to have just the three of us.
Oh yeah, I'd be down for
We
that.
all. I mean, he's a big. I mean, he's a big Marvel nerd.
Oh yeah.
We're all like kind of in the same boat. So
Oh yeah.
it's even cooler just to even add on somebody every once in a while whenever they want. I mean, you can do it whenever you want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
You fall into the bear category, sir.
Oh, I'm a bear? I've been
You're
told
a
that
bear.
before.
Wow.
Hmm.
I've had like people like when I changed the name, I had people say like, "You know what bear is like in the sexual like, gay community, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, but that's not what I'm going for." I'm like, "Yeah, I know what that means, but it means so many more things."
Well,
like
just
I
because
said,
are you saying Yogi Bear was a gay man because he has bear at the end?
yeah, geez. What are you trying to
Although him and Boo Boo,
say?
what I stumble on.
Boo Boo, Boo Boo is kind of a twink. Oh shit.
So yeah, anytime, man. I this is fun. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought you might like it.
Yeah.
It's super relaxed. Talk about whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
I love doing it. It's a good vent. It's a good like kind of de-stressor.
Yeah.
If you're just like kind of like I can't wait for the podcast this week, and then you're just like blah, diarrhea sometimes, and other times you're like nah, whatever. You're just talking about whatever. I mean, you and I have always had like that connection with like anything media connected. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
nothing falls into this realm of the show.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
So cool.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, guys, for listening. I think we'll cut it off here. It's on a high note. So thank you, everybody, for just listening. If you liked the episode and if you like more and you want more content, just go ahead and subscribe, and then also like if you like, and notify. There's a little bell right next to subscribe. You hit that too if you like, and that helps us with just getting more people and to see our stuff. So we really want to try to build this as basic as we possibly go. We've got a lot of cool other ideas that I'll talk to Nick about off camera, and I think cool, because that might be something that might require him to I don't know. We'll talk about it later. But thank you for everything, and thanks Nick for filling in.
Oh, it's fun.
We're gonna
My pleasure.
We're gonna see you more often. So all right. Thank you.
All right.
Wow. Wow. The music will just play here and be like,
Yeah. What's going on?
yeah. I'll mute the volume and they'll never know.
No.
They'll fucking never know. That's when you get all the swear words out. Yeah.